our chief guest, the situation is very bad. Very, very, very bad. And it is something that we need to bring to the attention of the leaders of this country, of the leaders that need to do something for the young people. The young people are out there crying. The parents, unfortunately, are also missing out in all these processes. What we identified when we went out was that there is a lot of dysfunctional families within our communities. And I'm not sure that this is known, but it is something that needs to be taken on, because it is challenging the transformation of our country, it is challenging the development in our country, but it's also challenging the ability of our young people to become who they need to be, to fulfill their potential. So there is work to do. I know that some work has been done, but what we are bringing out today is to say that there is a lot of work to do, and we need to go out and approach every stakeholder that is responsible to be able to come out and do what they need to do. So, what we have here today is part of the phase 2 of the Mastercard Foundation collaboration with FAWE. FAWE, as you may know, has or is a Pan-African organization that is trying to support gender equity and equality in 34 or 35 African countries. Every day, I'm afraid that every day there is one country coming up, so I might be wrong in terms of the numbers. Nonetheless, we are found across Africa, and the key mandate is to ensure that the girl child accesses and completes their cycles of education. Now, what has presented itself to us is that a lot of these young people who should have been transitioning from one stage of education to the next were at home and did not even apply to the next, the next institution that they should go for. The young people here are senior 4 leavers, that is the UCE leavers, as well as the UACE leavers. Out of 700 students, I can tell you that only 300 of these actually applied to transition. And that tells you that there is a problem, because most of the others did not know that they would be able to transition unless a support like as such came by. So for most of these young people, whilst we are going to support them to go into institutions of higher learning, many still do not have places because they did not apply. So we are working, and thanks to all the stakeholders that we work with, the institutions of higher learning that are ready to work with FAWE Uganda to ensure that we place all these young people so that they can advance their education. Yesterday we were saying to the young people that education is not preparation for life, but education is life itself. And that education is an opportunity to open up their mind. So we brought the young people to this place, and we've been with them for the last 1 week, trying to see if we could pass on to them knowledge and skills that they can use to enable them settle in school, but also complete their cycles of education in a proper manner. So they have learned various skills, they have acquired knowledge, but they've also been challenged to ensure that as they join these institutions, that they are going to behave, that they are going to prove us wrong, especially for those that were not able to, to continue, that they can do because they have a potential, and that potential can be tapped when they are in school. So we have committed as a group of young people that we will succeed, isn't it? Yes. Yes. because it is only success that we are looking to. Now, through the Higher Education Access Program that has been supported by the Mastercard Foundation since 2017, and FAWE working with the Mastercard Foundation, we initially had 334 students. Out of those 334 in phase 1, 2017-2024, we had 334 students. Of those, 221 successfully graduated. We do not have failures. And they are the same category of children that we are taking on today. Those that are joining the Higher Education Access Certificate, as well as the Technical Vocational Education. We have, out of the 221 that have successfully graduated, we have 190 that are employed. And so, that is to say that FAWE Uganda, with support from the Mastercard Foundation and FAWE Africa as a whole, is contributing towards human capital development. A very noble cause, and I want to believe this is part of the agenda of the government of Uganda, that young people are supported to go to school, complete, get employment, and this employment can be either formal employment or some other form of entrepreneurship or technical vocational skills that can provide services to Ugandans. So we also have 15 of the 221 that completed that are actually furthering their studies. So you can see what is coming out or what we are churning out as FAWE. Ladies and gentlemen, and our chief guest, as we take on these young people, our provision includes comprehensive support to tuition and ensuring that young people are actually in school, settled and learning. Secondly, we also provide psychosocial support because, as you may note, the young people that we take, and because of the circumstances from which they come from, many have psychological challenges. And I can tell you, our chief guest, and I think this is important for you to know, that even when we were doing the home visits, there are children that we found in very deplorable circumstances that needed immediate psychological support or counseling. And we took up the responsibility to ensure that we attach them or link them up to counselors. We also have our medical service provider here, the AAR, and they have also identified the fact that many of these young people need support. Many do not know that they have certain diseases, hypertension, pressure, diabetes, which is being discovered because there is a service to them. What does that say? That there is something that is missing that we need to provide to the young people. I would like to say that we have prepared about 700 learners to go into about 18 institutions, both technical as well as universities. 500 should be going into the Higher Education Access Certificate, which is a certificate initiated by universities to support young people that did not get the required marks to go through direct entry into university. And this is majorly because of their circumstances, not because the children are dull or dumb or something. So what we are doing is to provide support for these young people to go through a one-year program at university. I must reiterate that this is a program that was developed by the universities and approved by the National Council for Higher Education. So the universities take on these young people for 1 year and support them, train them so that they can bridge the gap, the knowledge and skills gap that they did not get because in their areas, as you may note, most are from, rural areas. And so these rural areas have schools that are ill-equipped. They may have some equipment, but inadequate to support the young people to do very well. But also, the schools in these rural areas are challenged by the availability of, the good teachers that our town schools have. So what the universities will be doing is to support and meet the knowledge gap for these people to, over 1 year of 2 semesters, to learn and then join programs for which they will succeed in. I must say that they will be examined after the 1 year, and then they will go on to courses that for which their results are appropriate. And all these are science courses. All the students here are taking on STEM-related subjects. So we prepared them for you. The VC, who is representing all other VCs, the students are ready. They have learned quite a lot. They are willing, they are excited. So we believe that you will support them to ensure that they settle and learn and actually progress.
In SDG. SDG is Sustainable Development Goals, which says leaving no one behind. This program is bringing all of you to the same bench of those who are privileged, and you are. When they asked you to sing FAWE anthem, the first sentence on stanza 1 was breaking the chains of Today I would have said breaking the barriers, not only the chains, barriers. You people are not stupid. You people have come from historical points of view that we are backward. I've just seen characters from, not characters, ladies and gentlemen from Aramoja, dancing very nicely. If you went back to the Manyata, do you get that music there? Nothing. It's only up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That is it, finish. And you enter your house there like this. Today, light, as that girl who gave us a poem, light has shown us here. Please, take that light very, very seriously. Because it is a liberation war on our backward societies to become better. How the world is behaving today, it is competition of the fittest. Last week I was in South Africa. Soroti University is introducing a national program. Some of you are going to come. Nuclear science. Nuclear science. I've got all the ideas I want, and 2 weeks from now, I will be in Egypt to another university on radiopharmacy. So you young people, the ideas exposed by the principal of this college, I loved them because I had already given my notes. One of them is to give courage to you to rise up above the level. Your parents, a majority of them, may not know how to read and write. It's a reality. But they are not stupid. They know what they are doing. They wish you to go ahead to become better. My father was a military man. He told you, my son, I will die earlier than you, but try to work hard to become better for yourself and help communities. I am here for service delivery, to help you rise above your levels. The second idea which is here is use this opportunity to grow yourself. So young people, my message is about this FAWE thing. First, I want to thank FAWE and Mastercard for bringing a liberation to yourselves. When they were addressing us in Kololo, I also didn't know much about it yet, but I found out later on, with working together with Busitema University, that this program helps people to rise their above. You have not failed to go to the university because of something else. It could be lack of money, poverty in the family. It could be you who misbehaved. It could be you who found bad teachers. It could be you who never revised your notes. There are many factors into it. It is good research. The future is in your hand. Because tomorrow, by the time you are an adult, fully an adult, your parents will be weak. What will you do? Land in this country is become scarce if you want to do agriculture. The rate at which people are producing children in this country is terrible. We are the third fastest growing population in the world. At 3.2%. Imagine. For us elders, we say we don't want more children. Younger ones are really hurrying, escaping to dances, escaping. You come tomorrow, I think my child has been bewitched. When actually, the child has been awake throughout the night. Awake. Then you go to the witch doctor, those village doctors. So, do you know the person on the right side of your home? Which home is not in the left or east or south? All homes are surrounded. No, just pumping you with the leaves of these trees. You drink them and say, I am relaxed now. I'm relaxed now. Oh, I think it was true. Fakeness is a problem. The other element is defining your vision for the future. A vision is what you want to become in future.
Something, but just to say to the representatives, yeah, just representation of the others. I just want to say congratulations. The task is ahead, but consider yourselves lucky young people.
The next person is Cliff. For the boys, our chief guest of this, we have only 53 boys. So Wycliffe is one of the lucky boys. Dikini Masi. Lobo Shadrach.
Diploma in Medical Lab and Technology.
And lastly, Awino Doreen.
You'll know if you know the Lunyoro name, you know I come from Manafa. If you know the Muhwezi name, you'll know I come from the West, and Kabale in particular. Is there anybody from Kabale here? They are not here, but I know they are there. And I like telling young girls that if you're born in Manafa and you ever want to get out of Manafa, you have to go to school. Because there is no way you're going to walk and go to Karamoja. You will be born in Manafa, you will study in Manafa, you will die in Manafa, you'll be buried in Manafa, and that's the end of you. But when you go to school, you'll cross rivers, you'll cross lakes, you'll climb mountains, and you go different places. That's what I like telling the young people. Allow me to bring greetings from FAWE Regional Office Secretariat in Nairobi. FAWE is a network organization, and we are in 33 countries across the African continent. And FAWE Uganda is one of the chapters. The headquarters are in Nairobi, Kenya, and I happen to be there, and I happen to head the whole of Africa. And again, I say it's because I went to school. And because of that, I have passion for education. And I believe in the principles of leave no one behind, like Professor said. Give opportunity to each and every person. And what is special about this program is that we do understand that we are not all the same. We are not homogeneous. We have different challenges. And that's why when we were developing this program, we had to attach a special percentage to persons with a disability and those that are in refugee settings, and as well as those that are internally displaced. That expresses the element of inclusion. And that's the principle we believe in as FAWE, as an institution. And so when I saw the young boys, I forget his name, Duncan? Shadrach. He is representing the many that are out there. We need to be inclusive. We need to give opportunity to each and every person. And I want to say that today is not just a day for us to see off the 700 students start a new journey, start a journey that is going to change their lives. But it's a day for us to make reflection. Even as we sit, as we stand, we need to ask ourselves, particularly the young people, who am I to be part of this? How many applied? How many have gotten the opportunity? You keep asking yourself, who am I? And when you ask yourself that question, it's an impetus to make you work even harder, not to put that opportunity to waste. I know we are here 236, but in total we are 700. There are those that are in different centers, but I'm speaking to all. Those that are here and those that are not here. We've gathered here for 1 week. The purpose of this 1 week is to equip the young people, to prepare them for a journey ahead of them. I remember my times at university. Professor Ikoja, you'll attest to this. We had an orientation at university, but that orientation had nothing to do with changing life, for you to understand life at university. You've been in this girls only school. Here you go to university with a lot of excitement. And what does excitement lead into? So many things. What they would tell us at the university, this is the main building, this is Mary Stewart, this is Livingstone, this is this. But there was nothing to prepare you for the life ahead of you. And in the process, many students never completed their degree courses. And that's why the extended orientation program is critical. I know the cow of Manafa, I do agree with him. 1 week is not adequate. But the arrangement of this orientation program is supposed to be staggered across the year. And so this is just the beginning. This is just an eye-opener, but there will be more support that will be given to you. Susan talked about psychosocial support. It's a comprehensive program, and it's comprehensive because we believe that the young people that we are supporting have a multitude of challenges. And when you have a multitude of challenges, you need a multitude of solutions. And it's for this reason that we provide this additional support. We are talking about TVET. I know Professor Ikoja forgot to mention this. That TVET in the past, it has been looked at as an area for failures.
Correct.
They will say, if you've not gone to university, then the only option you have is join TVET. But we are saying no. And it has proved that the many countries that have developed, think about Japan, think about Korea, think about all those other nations, it's because of TVET. And according to the African Union Agenda 2063, for Africa to develop, TVET is the answer. And if TVET is the answer, the question is, where are the girls in all this? Because we all know that STEM has been a male domain for a very, very long time. And it has proved that the girls just need an opportunity. They need motivation, they need encouragement, and they can perform as good as the boys. And so for TVET, let's change the mindset. Let's think positively. It's not a cause for failures. And I say this with confidence because my PhD was on TVET, and it was in relation to the gender aspects. And I confirm that the government needs to invest more in TVET. You are assured of employment. You'll be self-employed or you'll be employed by others. But skills is very critical, not only for Uganda, but for Africa as a continent. Planted seeds of creativity. You've planted seeds of resilience. And as the saying goes, a teacher affects eternity. They can never tell where their influence stops. So for the 1 week, I want to believe that a lot has been covered. It will not end in the training room, but carry it along with you wherever you go. To our dear participants, again, congratulations. Out of many who applied, you were chosen. Everybody that has come here to speak has mentioned that, and therefore, take it as a very important point. You're here because you stood out. It's not by coincidence. You are not only talented, but determination is visible. I know you've crossed from different parts to Elgon Technical. That is a sign of determination. It was a competition. And if it's a competition, there are always winners. And that alone is worth celebrating. But remember, as you celebrate, being chosen is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of responsibility. I know whoever has been here has mentioned that you have a responsibility. And that responsibility is to put that support to the best use. Let this support be a bridge to your dreams. Cross it with hard work, be focused, and be young boys and girls of integrity. To the FAWE Uganda team, thank you for your tireless commitment, your passion. Thank you for empowering young people, and that's what makes you move from one area to the other. Climb mountains, cross rivers, and pass where many people may not pass. I know of civil society organizations that will choose the easiest, and the easiest are not in the hard-to-reach areas. And for our funding partners, the Mastercard Foundation, we can never thank them enough. And we shall continue to work in close collaboration with them, with the FAWE Uganda team, as we endeavor to support the young people. Not only the 700, but including the first cohort of last year and the next cohort that will be coming up in 2026. Like I mentioned, we cannot thank you enough. FAWE Uganda, well done. You've chosen to invest in lives, and that is the greatest investment anyone can ever make.
My name is Dr. Martha Muhwezi, and I'm the Executive Director of FAWE Africa. And FAWE is a Pan-African organization with headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya, but we have presence in 33 countries across the African continent. So today we celebrate. It's a big day for us because in FAWE, when we touch a life, it means a lot to us. And so today we are flagging off a total of 700 students that are going to different institutions. And this is because we believe that for the best investment you can ever have is education. So we believe in educating people, we believe in educating young people, skilling them, and ensuring that they complete the education cycle. And what makes us happy is because we know once they go through the education, they are also going to contribute to the growth of Uganda as a nation and to the growth of Africa as a continent. So that's what makes us celebrate today and feel happy. The criteria, the need is big. There are many young people out there that would want to get support, but we can never have enough to support each and every person. And therefore we come up with a criteria. And this criteria is looking at the young people that are from disadvantaged homes. And of course somebody will ask you, what is the disadvantaged home? Those are low-income earners, where the young people are brilliant, but they can't have that support to continue with their education. Some of them are orphans, some of them are living with a disability, and we all know how disadvantaged the persons with disability are. So we get out there to give them hope, to give them what we call a second chance, so that they are able also to pursue their education. Because I believe education is a right, and if it's a right, then everybody should be given an opportunity. Like I said, civil society organizations complement the efforts of government. And again, civil society can never take over the responsibility of government. And therefore we call upon the government to invest in education, to invest in TVET institutions. Because there are many TVET institutions that will go to, they are not equipped. They don't have what it takes to produce young people that will be practical out there. So much as we are seeing the advantages of TVET, but we also need to ask ourselves, what quality of TVET students are we getting? And therefore government has to come in and equip institutions, because it's that makes the markets out there. It's that makes the employers reach out for them. But if they go out of training institutions when they are more of theoretical than practical, it poses a challenge to towards their employment, and therefore it's good to invest in the institution so that they get the right education. FAWE has been in existence since 1992. It registered in 1993. So we are talking about 33 years of advancing women and girls' education in Africa. It has been a long period.
Start from 5. Yeah? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.